Hi, Cancers. This is Genevieve with Belladonna and Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? I'm doing really well. Samhain is ending, and Samhain's kind of like the first day of the year for the pagan calendar. And the pagans look at it as if it was a wheel of the year. And there's 8 pagan holidays. And the wheel turns. So if you hear them talking about the wheel turning, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about the year progressing. So this is like the first day of the year, or the end of the year, however you want to look at it. I think it's the end of the year more than anything. So anyway, then this is going to be, I believe it's going to be a better year. However, we are still finishing up the catastrophes from this year. So there's going to be some finishing up and some cleanup, and it's not going to just get perfect today. The first card I get for y'all is the Tower, reverse. So we're going to turn it right side up. Now, the Tower is all about change. So I see something changing drastically in your life. Now, because it was reversed, maybe it's not as drastic, or maybe it's not completely done in this week. It might be spread out over several weeks. I also get the Devil card. It's reversed once again, so let's turn it upside down, right side up. The Devil is about bondage, about being stuck. A lot of times about addictions, but I think in this time it's more about you feel stuck with something, and that you're feeling stuck and things are going to change. The stuckness is going to end, but it's going to be pretty radical. We also get the Ace of Swords, so let's turn it right side up. The Ace of Swords is a success card. So he's got the crown on his sword. So the Devil, the Tower are going to lead you to success. It's going to be a very successful change, but it's going to be pretty drastic, and it might have you reeling a little bit. But that's kind of what this whole year has been, hasn't it? I mean, really? So the next card I get for y'all, I pulled from the Crow Tarot. I'm fast becoming in love with this deck. And it's the 8 of Swords. Now, the 8 of Swords, it's also reversed, so we're going to flip it right side up. The Ace of Swords is all about feeling caught up, like you're not in control of the situation. Now, you do have all these swords around you, and you're feeling trapped, like you're in a cage. But that's about to end. You're not going to be in a cage anymore. And really, those swords are protecting you, even though you feel like you're caged in. It's really a protection, and you've been being protected. But it's going to end. This cage is going to end, and you're going to have some good choices. Now, I also pulled a card from the Spell Casting Oracle deck. Once again, I'm in love with this deck, and we got the Trust card. Now, this card tells me that you have to trust yourself, and you have to trust some people around you. That's not always easy. I don't think you trust real well. You trust yourself, but you don't trust anyone else. And this card is saying that you need to start trusting others. There's people in your life that are trustworthy and will be there to help you, but you have to reach out and ask. You know how that goes. Really hard work. So now I'm going to read from the crystal ball. I see lightning. That I think goes with the Tower, that things are going to come changing quickly. And I see a reindeer pulling a cart or a sled. Could be a horse, I guess, something pulling a cart. What this tells me is that, well, it tells me a couple things. One, Spirit's got your back, and it's going to pull you through this, and it's going to make it easier for you. Your transition's going to be easier because you're in the cart. You're not having to walk and do it. You're not having to run and do it. You're not having to be the reindeer. You're being pulled through it. So you just have to trust Spirit. and I see someone praying or meditating, whatever it is you do. Once again, that goes back to that trust. As these things are happening, go ahead and take time to meditate. Take time to spend with spirit. Try to find out who your spirit guides are. Talk to them. Ask them to help you through this transition. They're there for you, but you have to be willing to have them be there for you. I know this sounds kind of hard, but it's back to the asking for help. And I believe you've got people in your life that will help you if you trust them. And that might be one of the lessons that you're supposed to be getting out of this, to learn to trust. I believe you have everything within inside of you to make those choices. I believe that you can make it through this time. And I believe it's going to be wonderful on the other side. But you got to go through. Sometimes that's scary, but it's okay. You've got this. And if you don't feel like you do, send me a text, 405-512-9400. Also, don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to be answering your yes and no questions. So send me a text to 405-512-9400, and I will answer your yes and no questions. And if you want to do a private reading, same phone number. And go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can keep doing these videos. Okay, have a good one. Bye.